5 really important things which everyone have to know about Scotland, about traveling around Scotland, about Highlands before they come here. Single lane roads. I was not prepared for single lane roads. I have never seen single lane roads in my entire life. I just wish that someone tell me about it before I start travel around Highlands. I wish I see some kind of video or I read any kind of book that in Scotland, in rural Scotland, there are single lane roads. In case you don't know, what is single lane road? It's a really narrow road where space enough only for one car, but it's for two opposite cars. So two opposite cars driving to each other, 60 miles per hour speed, and from time to time there's some passing places. I call them pockets, and like both cars have to, like, one car stop and another car pass. And when I first time go to Isle of Skye, I like experience single lane roads, but unfortunately at that moment I did not know rules. We did not know on which side we should stop. So in case you go to Highlands and in case there's a single lane road, be sure to always stop on your left hand side. Even if pocket is located on the right hand side, you still have to stop like on the left hand side. So even if it's like no pocket, not anything, just allow another car to get inside that like pocket. In case you are not able to drive 60 miles per hour speed, and in case you are driving like 20 miles per hour, 30 miles per hour, even 40 miles per hour speed, please allow car pass. So in case there is car behind you, allow that car to pass. Because I know that many locals, they get extremely annoyed because you see, they get used to drive those roads. So please be polite and get into one of those passing places and allow another car to overtake you. So it's really important. How easy to see wildlife in Scotland. I just got out from home 10 minutes ago, and in first 2 minutes, I saw a deer. And it's not my first time when I see a deer. So, like, of course, I live in Scottish Highlands and we have huge amount of deer roaming around, but still, like, and sometimes when I wake up early enough, like maybe before sunrise or maybe like 1 hour after sunrise, I also see a deer in my backyard, which is quite impressive. Or, for example, if I go for a hike, I see a huge amount of deer running around. So you can really easily see deer. And even in Edinburgh, for example, my last year in Edinburgh, I was living in Ravelston next to Corstoffin Hill. I also saw deer running in that area, which is quite impressive. Also foxes, eagles, seals, otters. Of course, you can see dolphins, whales, and orcas, but it's not something you can see every day. But deer, really easy. Same for eagle. I have a few couples of eagles flying in my area, and one of them I named Meowk because I keep looking at him for maybe 1 year. And I understand which of that eagles my Meowk because he looks quite damaged. He just keep doing like this. Like I think he's so adorable, and also every time when I go outside, he just keep making meow meow this kind of noise. So it's the actual reason why I gave him a name. So yes, I think he's a golden eagle, or I don't know. I will add some video. So in case you know which eagle is that, let me know. And same for seals. I have seals located not too far away from my home, maybe 10 minutes drive. There's a castle, and next to castle there's seawater, and Miji. And next to that, on that seawater, on the rock, there's seals. And also I know a few places where you can easily see seals. So in case you want to know where to see seals, let me know in comments. I will also make a video how to find seals in Scotland. And third thing, it's not really easy to see Highland cows in Scotland. I was expecting that I just go to Highlands and there's Highland cows freely roaming around, but no, it's a lie. you will not find Highland cows except you know places where to find them. Like, no Highland cows. You really have to look for them. And I know a few locations. I can just name them. It's on the Isle of Mull. There's a road from Craignoor to Fionport. And there's after Lochback, you can find a Highland cow. Next one is in Glen Nevis. So after you drive through Fort William and you turn to the Glen Nevis, there maybe on the left-hand side or right-hand side, there will be Highland cows. And last one I know is, I guess, Scoria Village on the NC500. So it's 3 places which I know that they for sure have Highland cows. So it's not easy to find Highland cows. Just be prepared for it and like, just be prepared for it. I'm done. And the fourth scene which really impressed me is that washrooms are for free. Toilets are for free usually. Why it impressed me? Because in other countries it's not for free. In Ukraine, even in shopping malls, toilets usually not for free. At least last time when I have been to the year. Also in Czech Republic, toilets are absolutely not for free. And I will tell you a story which happened to me. Last year when I went to Prague, I was together with my mother and I just wanted to go to washroom. We went to some kind of cafe and I went to washroom, and then my mom also wanted to go to washroom while I was in washroom. And waiter, he just grabbed your hands like this. He really grabbed your hand like this and say, "No, you cannot. You must buy something." Like we had a plan to buy something. But after this kind of rude attitude, like, all I wanted is just to call police and done. And unfortunately, it was not something what happened only once. It's quite a typical situation in Prague. And even in shopping malls, there's no free toilets. You have to pay to get to toilet in shopping mall. You have to beg waiter to show you toilet when you are in restaurant or in cafe. Even when you go to Starbucks or let's say some kind of, don't know, McDonald's, there's also no free toilets. So like that in Scotland, toilets are for free. It's really amazing. And I saw that in some places, like for example, on Isle of Skye, they started to make some toilets which are not for free, but it's not a rule. So still, because part of washrooms, they are free to use. And I think it is how it should be, because toilets and water is basic needs of people. And for example, before I had diabetes insipidus. It's like a disease which is not connected to sugar. So it's not whatever diabetes usually people think about. And I needed to go to washroom every 15 minutes. Can you just imagine me living in Prague and had to keep using washroom every 15 minutes? So how much money I should spend to just keep going to washroom? Really doesn't make any sense. In other countries, Scotland, just thank you so much. The best people who have diseases, and they really need to go to washroom, you have to go to Scotland. Free museums and free galleries is last one. And I understand that most likely it's free because of income tax. But you see, other countries also have really high income tax, like in Europe, for example, like in France or in Germany, also really high income tax. But they don't have museums and galleries for free. So in this way, Scotland and whole UK, they are really great because they allow people to become more cultural. I think I can call it like that. Yeah. Really, in other countries, you have to stay in long line to get a ticket and then have to stay in a really long line to get inside. This doesn't make any sense. But Scotland and whole UK, just museums and galleries are for free. And it's a fact. So it was my 5 things which I wish I know before I start travel around Scotland or before I come to Scotland. I hope you enjoy this video, and in case you have any kind of questions, please let me know in comments. And comment, subscribe. See you. Bye bye.